Hi all, you're back with the Lone Wolf. Welcome to the channel. I recently got to thinking about just how abundant OnlyFans has become in the culture, following a video on the excellent Fresh and Fit podcast. On this particular episode, two guests from another superb men's lifestyle podcast, The Roommates, were discussing aspects of the OnlyFans business model with three young women. If you haven't seen this exchange, Think Before You Sleep has done a great breakdown, and I'll include all links in the description box. I then got to reading about the OnlyFans platform and digging into some of the articles from the last year or so. At its inception, OnlyFans sounds like a great idea. An online platform for musicians, creators, public figures, fitness instructors and the like to share content with their devoted fans directly, cutting out the middleman. Over time though, a preponderance of women have used it to sell nude photos, adult material, and far more disgusting products. So here you have a platform invented by a man, operated using technology invented by men, iPhones, tablets, home computers, with money exchanged using the financial infrastructure built by men. But the platform has essentially been co-opted by women to exploit weak and needy, simpy men. In a nutshell, it has been co-opted by adult workers. Now don't get me wrong, I hold men fundamentally accountable for this garbage. Who can forget the case of Belle Delphine, the influencer who sold her own bathwater for $30? She isn't even attractive. If you bought that effluent, that waste, man, you need to take a long, hard look at yourself. How does it feel to have virtually no self-respect, no dignity, or self-worth? Well, this temptress trash Belle Delphine has an OnlyFans account. Of course, who doesn't? She has uploaded 200 photos and more than 32,000 likes on her posts at the time of this Vice article, and her subscription is $35 a month. I struggle to comprehend who would pay for such a thing. Bro, save up and hire a flesh and blood professional every once in a while if you really need to. Take this next example, Monica Hult, or Miss Swedish Bella. What's this fascination with Bella anyway? Belle Delphine, Bella Thorne, Miss Swedish Bella, Bellend more like. This moniker makes $100,000 a year, but perhaps most interesting is the fact that she's married. Her husband is a personal trainer. Her plastic surgery was funded by her OnlyFans work. She keeps herself in good shape, let's be real, but bro, she's an adjustable 7, face-wise. One thing I would also point out, as you can see from the article, is the fact that it seems her husband runs her account, or plays a major role in managing it with full oversight. Who can forget Bella Thorne, who made $2 million in less than a week and inadvertently instigated an earnings cap by OnlyFans for misleading her subscriber base? She said she wants to remove the stigma behind adult work, yet she has received backlash from actual S-workers who depend on the platform for survival. People that actually engage in real, in-person adult services as opposed to online self-indulgence. Again, Bella Thorne's another one, easily a 6 at best. She looked pretty busted in my view. Yet another example, from my own country, Lancashire in the UK. This girl Kaya Corbridge quit her degree to earn $30,000 a month, per month. And I don't blame her for taking the opportunity. That monthly salary is probably equivalent to the one she would earn annually from her post-university employment. 30k is the average annual salary in the United Kingdom. At the time of this article, she owned her house in Colne outright. In the first year of her account, she made $250,000, and now she's in the top 1% of OnlyFans earners in the world. The article suggests that, quote, life before her saucy endeavours was far from luxurious for Kaya, who also provides additional favours for fans, which includes rating pictures of men's private parts, end quote. Can you imagine telling your potential future husband that you used to rate pictures of men's undercarriage for cash? In her first month on the platform, she made $8,500, then quit her degree to do it full time. Kaya has travelled the world, barely spends any time at her house, but is thinking of buying a second property. She says she can work from anywhere as she can interact with fans irrespective of her location. Apparently her fans have a big obsession with her feet. Indeed, she's made thousands from selling pictures on them. Men also make more lurid requests that Kaya has turned down, like shaving her hair off, sending fans items of worn underwear, And once a guy asked her that she put a slice of bread in her shoe, walk around all day with it jammed in there, and then mail him the crumbs. Words can't describe how much of a complete loser scumbag you have to be to do that. It's not even scraping the barrel. It's through the barrel and into the toxic radiation-contaminated swamp. I mean, go ahead and look at her pictures on the article there. She is a 6 at best. I'll give her this though. She is at least looking after her family and has done some charity work. Hopefully she considers putting money away for when she's older, and or the money dries up from this seasonal activity. That's the crux of what Kevin Samuels, the roommates and others were getting at on the Fresh and Fit podcast. So many of these OnlyFans creators think the money will last forever. They think they've invented fire, as KS said, and think an endless stream of free cash is just going to look after them for all time. I can't imagine what it's like to earn such phenomenal sums of money for producing nothing of inherent value, just for existing, and taking a picture and putting it into the ether. Most dudes, to be successful, have to run a business, create some value, build an app, a product, a service, and so on. They have to build their value and wealth, then they get the sports car, the mansion, the social proof, the women. I can't empathise. What does it do to the psyche to just have adulation poured on you, worship from sycophants, without having to earn it on this fundamental level? There are times where I feel that the society, especially in the West, is eating itself. It's collapsing under its own moral bankruptcy. The amalgamation of a range of factors, the state of relations between the genders, the devaluation of men and the family unit, the gutter-scraping standards of both sexes, and perhaps most of all, the lack of strength and self-worth in men, are all contributing to this, but I digress. How can this insane growth of the OnlyFans platform continue? I really think that it has to reach critical mass before too long. How can women differentiate themselves from the rest of the crowd? And don't forget that once that material is out there in the online space, it can't be retrieved. It's there forever. I ask you men out there, would you want to marry one of these women when she decides to settle down and find a man, knowing what she's done in the past? Not for me, thanks. There are people in this space who have tried to rationalise these men, saying, oh, it's a way for men to get companionship or a way of interacting with a woman like being in a relationship. I struggle to see how OnlyFans satisfies that need. I don't particularly blame the women for doing it. It's men that enable this behaviour. What kind of a loser pays for nudity when there are innumerable websites with adult entertainment on for free? You can access this material in seconds through your phone. It's right there at your fingertips. Are you that much of a dweeb that you feel the need to part with your hard-earned money every month to achieve some level of virtual intimacy with your favourite producer? I can tell you now, these creators do not care about you. They're exploiting your weak will and needy disposition. You've got to get out of this mentality and start to place your energy into improving yourself and your attributes. Of course, with the ongoing global situation that started in January 2020 or so, the popularity of OnlyFans has skyrocketed as women have turned to it as a means of generating income from home during the lockdowns. In May 2020, at the zenith of the lockdown in New York, OnlyFans reported gaining 150,000 new users every 24 hours, a fact I find astonishing. How can you do your very small part in stopping this? Keep your money to yourself and invest it in you. Don't enable this garbage. And if enough men catch on, the market will dry up and they'll go somewhere else to exploit Sims. If OnlyFans were a stock, I want to be able to short that, buy a put option on it. Reclaim your masculinity, invest in yourself, your passions and interests, and dig yourself out of this ditch of despair and exploitation. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like and subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you in the next video.